Or newborn lambkins penned apart from both, and vessels of whey were brimming there, bowls of earthenware and pails for milking. My men came pressing round me, pleading, "Why not take these cheeses and get them stowed, come back, throw open all the pens, and make a run for it? We'll drive the kids and lambs aboard, we say, put out again on good salt water." Ah, how sound that was, yet I refused. I wished to see the caveman, what he had to offer. No pretty sight it turned out for my friends. We lit a fire and burnt an offering. We took some cheese to eat and sat in silence around the embers, waiting. When he came, he had a load of dry boughs on his shoulder to stoke his fire at supper time. He dumped it with a great crash into that hollow cave. We all scattered fast to the far wall. Then over the broad cavern floor he ushered the ewes he meant to milk. He left his rams and he-goats in the yard outside, and swung high overhead a slab of solid rock to close the cave. 24 four-wheeled wagons with heaving wagon teams could not have stirred the tonnage of that rock from where he wedged it over the doorsill. Next, he took his seat and milked his bleeding ewes, a practiced job he made of it, giving each ewe her suckling, thickened its milk and then into curds and whey, sieved out the curds to drip in the withy baskets, and poured the whey to stand in bowls, cooling until he drank it for his supper. When all these chores were done, he poked the fire, heaping on brushwood. In the glare, he saw us. "Strangers," he said, "who are you and where from? What brings you here by seaways of fair traffic, or are you wandering rogues who cast your lives like dice and ravage other folk by sea?" We felt a pressure on our hearts in dread of that deep rumble and that mighty man, but all the same I spoke up in reply. "We are from Troy, Achaeans, blown off course by shifting gales in the great South Sea, homeward bound, but taking routes and ways uncommon, so the will of Zeus would have it. We served under Agamemnon, son of Atreus. The whole world knows what city he laid waste, what armies he destroyed. It was our luck to come here, and we stand beholden for your help, or any gifts you give, as custom is to honor strangers. We would entreat you, great sir, have care for the gods' courtesy. Zeus will avenge the unoffending guest." He answered this from his brute chest, unmoved. "You are a ninny. Or else you come from the other end of nowhere, telling me, mind the gods? We Cyclopes care not a whistle for your thundering Zeus or all the gods in bliss. We have more force by far. I would not let you go for fear of Zeus, you or your friends, unless I had a whim to. Tell me, where was it now you left your ship? Around the point or down the shore, I wonder?" He thought he'd find out, but I saw through this, and answered with a ready lie. "My ship? Poseidon, lord who sets the earth a-tremble, broke it up on the rocks at your land's end. A wind from seaward served him, drove us there. We're survivors, these good men and I." Neither reply nor a pity came from him, but in one stroke he clutched at my companions and caught two in his hands like squirming puppies, to beat their brains out, splattering the floor. Then he dismembered them and made his meal, gaping and crunching like a mountain lion, everything innards, flesh, and marrow bones.